And we're back with Mr. Matthews again. We're going to talk about the next steps of the process for technology implementation for him. So we finished talking about the Google form that you sent me, an awesome one, by the way. What questions or concerns or plans do you have for technology that I can help you with, or anything that I can bring to the table?
Yeah, so when you were reviewing mine, you were talking about manual review and the amount of time it takes and increasing the number of answer options so that I wouldn't have to review so much, put the work in on the front end. One thing I really don't do a good job of is getting the kids' grades back quickly. And so is there, other than Scantron, Scantron and now Google Forms, is there anything else you utilize for that? Or
I'm really glad you asked that, because this year we actually just picked up a new license for GradeCam. Have you heard of GradeCam?
Yeah, I think they made some of the teachers use it on like the word keys or something the other day.
Yes, so it's essentially very similar to a Scantron, except you don't have to run down to the library and make the copies and run the keys and physically make every single key for every single version. GradeCam is a program. It prints out a special answer sheet for your kids. It's a bubble end, so it's all multiple choice. There are different types of assessments that you can use, though. Just multiple choice makes it very, very simple, and it makes it very, very similar to the standardized testing that we are required to give. But you create the key on the computer. You just go through and click your answers. You print out the sheet, the answer sheet for the students. You assign them a number, and we've been using the state ID numbers because they're the numbers that are already in the system. The kids already know them, and there's a very simple way that I can show you an STI to print out their state numbers so that you always have them. Hey, Sally Sue, you don't remember your 196 number? I've got it right here. So essentially they fill in their state number. They fill out their answer document, A, B, C, D, E, and then they stand in front of your document camera and it grades it immediately. It grades it and it tells you exactly which ones they got wrong. It also provides you with an item analysis and with a summary of how many of your students were at grade level, above grade level, and below grade level. So I can show you how to use GradeCam. It's very, very simple to import your students. They already have all of our students imported in the system. You just have to take the students from the master list and put them into classes. And that is something that a teacher's aide could do. If you give them a list of the state numbers, they can just type it in and it comes up with the student's name, verify that that's the student you're looking for, and it adds it to the class. So that is definitely something that I can show you. I can provide you with training on how to use. I can provide you with another video, just like the one with the Google form that I did. I can provide you with that to show you exactly how to use GradeCam and show you a sample of GradeCams that I've used in my own classroom. So that is definitely something very similar to a Google form, how it grades it so quickly. This will already alphabetize it for you, the same as an STI, and it will give you an item analysis and a percentage grade as soon as, literally as soon as they hold it in front of the document camera. So it's even quicker than a Google form because the student can know the moment they're done, as opposed to having to wait for everybody to be done and you to run the analysis report. So excellent question. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, with the, they're doing those Elliott observations this year, and they keep pushing group work and collaboration, and being able to watch the kids, track their progress or whatever, and give feedback. If you got, are there, some of the teachers use stuff, and I don't know what it is. Is there one you do or something you prefer to use?
So, and since we've had to hit on ACT so hard, since we're going into testing, I use Google Slides in my classroom because all of our students have their Chromebooks, they all have a Google Drive, and they all have access to Google Slides. So what I do is I create a master Google Slide. On the title page, I put ACT mock questions 1 through 20. And I put 20 slides in there, and I post it in their classroom. I go in and I make it where they can edit it, not just see it, because when you post something in your classroom, they can see it, but they can't automatically edit it. You have to go in and give them the rights to edit. So I give them the rights to edit it. I assign them a couple of questions each, put them into pairs or groups of 3, assign them 3 or 4 questions, and give them a timer, because it's very important that if we are maintaining the integrity of a timed test, that we time their classwork as well. So I give them time. I say, okay, individually work your group's questions. Now, after the time is up, I give them a couple of minutes to come together, collaborate on what they did, what they didn't do. Well, these 3 got C, but I got D. What did I do wrong? Or maybe I'm right. And they talk about it, and they come to a consensus. And then I tell them, okay, take a picture, because everybody has a cell phone. Take a picture of your question, your work, and your answer. Post it on your corresponding slide to your number. So if you have number 7, you take a picture of your work and post it on slide number 7. At the end of the class period, every single student has access to all 20 questions, all of the work, and all of the answers. I make my students come up to the front and explain their work, because some students can't just look at work and understand what's going on. They have to be told, well, I used this distance formula because it asked me for the distance between A and B. And they need that reminder. So, but at the end of the day, after they've all been presented, number one, the students have taken ownership of their own work. They feel like they have been a part of the assignment. And then every student has access to every single problem. And that helps those kids that have timing issues. They only have to focus on small chunks at a time. And I believe in focusing on small chunks of instruction as opposed to overwhelming them with 60 questions at a time. So I can push a Google form that I've done to you so you can see it and give it a shot. If you like it, great. If you don't, let's see how we can modify it to work for you or find a new resource.
All right,
Okay.
that sounds good, Ms. Weber.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.